Adrianna, the Child Advocacy New Zealand, into the room. Tēnā koe, Adrianna. Thank you for coming before us again. We appreciate you being here. We have you for 10 minutes. Please take your submission as being read. You'll know that we will have questions for you. So if you'd like to leave some time for that, we'd appreciate it. But tēnā koe, we are in your hands. Thank you.
Kia ora, and thank you for allowing me, giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. Now, as you have stated that my submission has been already read, then I think it's important that I just alert you to the specific sections that are of most importance in my submission, because I don't want to have to reread all of it. So basically, page 2, how does the bill cause more concern? Page 3, my recommendations and final thoughts. And then page 4, sections that cause me concern. And that's page 5. And page 8, my concern, and page 8, which is my summary. So basically, I oppose the bill because it appears to go against what you're trying to get with the Oranga Tamariki, the Oversight bill, because you're trying to make Oranga Tamariki more accountable. But from what I see in this Act, the Oranga Tamariki Amendment Act bill, it's actually giving more power to Oranga Tamariki rather than taking away power, monitoring, managing them, controlling them. And so I've outlined that in my submissions. And what I want to ask you all is, who wrote the Oversight of Oranga Tamariki bill itself? And also, and the second question is, who wrote the this bill? Would I be able to get an answer to that, please? Who wrote it?
So, Adrianna, one of the things about submitting is that we ask the questions of you. What we do know, however, is that it's based on policy, and then it's written by a number of officials. So it's based on government policy, and then it comes to officials to write. So we wouldn't know exactly who is drafted.
Okay, because it's really important that you ask that question, because it appears that they're not communicating with each other, because it is going against each other. So basically, how does the bill cause more concern, so that those people who haven't read my submission actually understand why I'm concerned about it? It widens the children, oh, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, it gives Oranga Tamariki more jurisdiction to intervene to children in need of assistance and those with concerns about safety or well-being. So basically, because they change the terminology and they get the definition of, using the definition of children in need of assistance, that they can intervene with those children, then it widens the number of children that they can access, to get access to. The bill does not include definitions giving social workers and family court judges the power to use their definitions, so basically leaves it up to the discretion of the social workers and the judges. And they have no clear definitions of those terms, rendering the terms to be at the discretion of the Oranga Tamariki, which is the same. So it looks like I haven't really read my, done a good edit of my submission. So you have to read through that, read past it. But so it gives the family court judge the power to make permanent custody and guardianship orders based on a report from Oranga Tamariki social workers. And already we have problems with those social worker reports because they're full of inaccuracies. And you know how judges, you know, we all tend to err on the side of professionals rather than the people. So basically, judges are guided more by professionals, which happen to be social workers. And, you know, the social workers have problems with their writing reports and checking for accuracy. And the family court judge can only grant parent access under S110AA if the chief executive is appointed the sole guardian, not as an additional guardian. It removes the need to assess the safety and suitability of care providers. So I've given an explanation as to what the specific parts of the acts that concern me are. I just started off with those acts there. I didn't go through the whole bill, but what I'm alerting you to is that you need to go through the whole bill and speak to those people. They will know. Anyway, my recommendations, Oranga Tamariki as it stands now does not need more power as they are abusing power they do have now. So, no. Oranga Tamariki is a bad employer. They have created toxic workplace sites that promote bad practices. They have a culture of covering up their mistakes, making it extremely difficult to learn from their mistakes. All organisations need good employers who provide a supportive work environment whereby all staff are supported to do best practices so that they can deliver excellent customer service with maximum return and minimal costs.
Adrianna, we do have that in writing. So
okay, yes.
I was wondering, there is a question from Anahela. So we've only got a couple of minutes.
Okay,
so it would be really useful. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, kia ora, Adrianna. It's been a while since I've last spoken with you. I'm just curious to know, have you worked with whānau where a subsequent child has been removed from their care? If you can talk about your experience.
Yes, I have worked with whānau who've had their, actually I've worked with many whānau who have had their children removed. And the problem that I find is it's their bad practices that's of concern. And I've just recently had a response from the Oranga Tamariki OIA release to show me that since 2017, they've had the same 20 high issues repeatedly over the last, since 2017 to 2022. I think you've been shared that information. I certainly hope you have, because the complaints have gone up and the complaints to the CE panel have gone down. And you've got to ask yourself the question why, and also whānau don't have the resources or ability to make complaints. So, you know, there's a whole lot of information I've shared with people by asking questions, and I don't know why the independent monitoring team, Oranga Tamariki, Ombudsman, Children's Commissioner haven't actually asked for that data. You know, that's the important. If you want to monitor something, you should be doing that. They've done all the reports. I don't know what they're doing with it.
Yeah, thank you.
Why have they asked the questions that I've asked?
Yeah. So
I would be happy to be part of a team that goes in to do an audit on Oranga Tamariki. I tell you, I would make a better job, honestly, by asking questions.
Thank you, Adrianna. I think you're probably talking about the oversight. This is about the
this is part of it too.
Child.
This is part of it too. Don't you worry.
So thank you. That's why I was keen to hear about your experience working with whānau who have gone through
significant harm because they can't fix up their mistakes and they're not willing to acknowledge it and they're not willing to face it. They'll rather cover it up. And that's historically, you know, that's a problem.
Adrianna, thank you for your submission. We're now at time. If there are further questions, we'll have them put in writing to you.
Yes, please do, and I'll pass you all the information I get out of my questions I asked Oranga Tamariki, because it's important that you do.
Thank you. You have a good day and appreciate your submission. Thank you.